We've looked at co-creating what is called the ladders of learning for and in partnership with the Black Management Forum, primarily to look at building Black management capabilities to address the high shortage of managers to meet the BBBEE requirements. The ladders of learning that has been built for this particular intervention on management and leadership has been developed with a lot of thought in mind. And the reason for that is these programs feed from one to the other, to the next level. So they started NQF level 4, and the NQF level 4 program is called the Emerging Managers Program. Now, the purpose of the aim of the Emerging Managers Program is really to assist those individuals that have been in a management function. So there's lots of individuals that have been in supervisory management functions, but don't meet the criteria to study post-matric. So what this program does is that it fast tracks learning. It's 7 modules that fast tracks learning so that you can actually enter into post-matric training and continue with your management and leadership studies. So that's the first intervention. So that's the very lowest level of the ladder of learning for management and leadership. It's called the Emerging Managers Program. It's at an NQF level 4. And I think for the South African context, it's equivalent to a grade 12. Or if you're as old as I am, it's the matric. Then the next level up the ladder is the First Line Managers Program. Now, the First Line Managers Program is actually quite an interesting program. It allows articulation. It's a post-matric program that allows articulation both into higher education. So you actually can use that program to further your studies either at any academic higher education institution, or you could actually use that as the ladder of learning or the access program into the middle manager level. But let me first talk around the First Line Manager Program. So this program is quite an interesting one. It is aligned to a learnership or an internship. For those of you that are here to hear about how your company can benefit, you can either benefit by your BBBES category C, which is your internship, or Cat B, which is your category C, which is the learnership, or your Cat B, which is the internship. It's a program that is made up of 7 modules, and it's primarily focused around embedding very, very, very deeply management skills and strategy and leadership insight. The next ladder of learning is the NQF 6, which is the Middle Manager Program. The Middle Manager Program, again, is a 7-module program. It articulates into an advanced diploma. So this is equivalent to an advanced certificate program. It really is for individuals that have been in management for quite some time, but have some kind of post-matric qualification. And then obviously the Emerging Entrepreneurs Program is a program of 8 modules. There are 8 boot camps, and there is coaching and mentoring support with this particular intervention. The purpose of the Emerging Entrepreneurs Program is to assist anyone who has an idea and wants to convert that idea into a business. So we know that there's very high unemployment in South Africa. And as much as everybody is trying to find jobs, and I know quite a lot of individuals with postgraduates degrees, and even some individuals with master's degrees that are really, really, really battling. And you'll notice when you look at their LinkedIn profile, they say we're open to work. So this particular program is to assist those individuals. It's highly focused. Like I said, it's 8 modules, very, very focused 8-modular program. And it helps you to firstly take your business idea, think that idea through in terms of developing a business plan for that idea. We assist you through a program of design thinking, get you to ideate, get you to embed your business idea into a business plan, assist you to source funding for it through coaching and mentoring support, and then, of course, put all the processes in place to establish your business and run it. Or if somebody had registered a business with the intention of getting it up and running, but haven't been able to make much traction, then this particular intervention is for you. So at a high level, those are the 4 programs that we are offering as the initial partnership intervention between the Black Management Forum and Duke Corporate Education. The difference between what we've done and what you will find on the ordinary market is that these programs have been developed with future skill sets in mind. So I'm going to discuss each individual program and give you an indication of the kind of modules that sit in the program. So Duke Corporate Education uses a methodology or a design methodology that we call the Me, We, Work and World. So the way our programs are designed, we first focus on developing the individual's skills and capabilities, because it's important to develop your own capabilities first before you can start to look at your work and look at your capabilities of engaging with other individuals. So it's really a lot around so there's modules around self-development. Then the next set of modules that we have are modules that relate to improving your skills on how to engage with people. So there's a lot of people development modules, especially around effective team management and how you work with other individuals within the organization, as well as your personal context. Then there are modules around work. So how do you improve your skills as an individual to improve your work effectiveness and efficiency levels? And then the last a modular approach that we take is, how do we make you a global citizen? So how do you start to engage as an individual with a global mindset, and therefore there's modules that talk to that focus area as well. So that's how the modules are built, and that is why they differ from the normal standard that you will find out in the market, because they've built with very precise levels of learning, as well as outcomes of learning and skill sets that individuals need now, given that we're currently in the fourth industrial revolution, or what we call the digital technology revolution, and we're now straddling into the fifth. So the second thing that sets these programs apart from the norm is that these programs don't have only what is required from an accredited point of view. These programs have a lot more learning embedded in them. And the learning that is embedded is the future skills focus areas that is required. So if you're familiar with the World Economic Forum's 10 skills for a future leader, or the 10 skills for a future manager, you will find that those skills are embedded in these particular programs. So hence the way those programs have been built and they've been structured. There are three groups of learners who would potentially have the same qualification, but different experiences in their learning, as well as what they learn. So as I alluded to earlier on, there are other providers that offer these qualifications. And from what I've seen on those program outlines, their qualifications talk to the qualification or to the learning outcomes as prescribed in the SACWA qualifications. The one thing that we do at Duke is we add a level to that. And the level that we add is non-accredited content. For example, we add content on neuroscience. So that talks around in the module on leadership and management skills, that particular component, which is not accredited, but is part of the learning journey, explains how the brain helps a leader to actually lead and manage better. There's a component in the module on customer management and marketing that we've introduced and we've added, which talks around customer user experience and customer centricity, which is core to developing new and more successful marketing plans. So that's what Duke does. But that's Duke without BMF. What Duke does with BMF is bring in the concept of African management and leadership to the core. And I think that's the core of what BMF is really all about, right? Because if I remember your motto and if I remember what you stand for, it's around building management and leadership capabilities on the African continent. So our partnership with BMF and the value that BMF has brought into the program and the program designs is exactly that. It's that further engagement and that further exposure to how do we manage and lead on the African continent. Because Duke CE will bring in the global. We'll tell you how it's done in the US because we bring in global experts, or how this particular aspect of management leadership is being done in the UK. But management and leadership is, in terms of how they happen in first world countries, won't necessarily work within the context of South Africa and even Africa, because the way we lead here, indigenous African leadership, is a little bit different. Actually, it's a lot different. We learn well, but we mustn't take first world country skills and try to replicate it in this country. And that's, for me, is what the BMF manager or an individual who comes through this program in partnership via the BMF will get that level of learning that you're not going to get anywhere else. It's that exposure to organizations that BMF has a relationship with, the subject matter experts, with management and leadership experts that BMF have, that we have. And when we combine all of that, what the individual's getting is global learning, but global learning that is applicable on the African continent from a management and a leadership perspective.